Hey folks, welcome to B5 Bricks. Hope you're all well. In today's video, I've got a really quite unusual vehicle for a LEGO MOC. This is my 1950s or 60s Cadillac Hearse or funeral car, and it doubles as the main vehicle for my mafia mobsters who run a funeral home in my LEGO city, which I'm building using the modular Parisian restaurant. It is of course based on the LEGO Ideas Ghostbusters Ecto 1, and in the original movie you get a glimpse of the car in this black and grey colour scheme, and it's in a beat up condition when Ray arrives at the firehouse after he's bought it. Oh hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, then do it now so you can catch all my upcoming videos on MOCs and LEGO money saving tips too. So actually, plans changed with making a Ghostbusters MOC, as I am in the middle of converting the LEGO modular Parisian restaurant into a mobster's house, and on the ground floor there is a mortuary with its bereavement area with a mob boss living upstairs, the idea being that it is a legitimate front for his otherwise illegal activity. And I didn't really want to do a Prohibition era MOC like the 30s, I kinda like the 50s and early 60s, and that is actually when the Ghostbusters 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor is from, so it made sense to me that these mobsters would maybe use the hearse to smuggle weapons and cash and all sorts of stuff in coffins, and so that's exactly what I set out to do. I have limited the interior space though for just a driver and one passenger, as it's really the coffin transport that matters here, and the mob boss will have another car that he uses. So the rear tailgate opens and in slides the coffin, but as you can see here there's a fake one sitting on top behind the glass, and the smuggled one is down below. The coffins are 3 studs wide, so I made sure the rear space could fit them doubled up on top of each other. It did take a bit of time to really think about what other play features it needed, but it really doesn't need anything else. It's really a car for smuggling, and so I could just use as much space as was needed and make it as realistic as possible. I didn't really like the angle design the Ecto 1 Ideas set had for the side windows, which were on brackets, and they used up a lot of interior space, so I've replaced them all. This means I've got way more space to work with inside, and I quite like just having the straight sided windows. The printed side panels are actually from a Disney Cars set, and they look brilliant here, repurposed. These long black wings, I tried it with white and with dark brown, but the black looked more fitting with a hearse. I think it looks great really. I don't really think that a second colour would really fit at all. I've not bothered giving it a number plate on the rear here, and I've used those wide silver cylinder pieces instead of the sort of cone types, just a bit of a different look. Although there are similarities to the Ecto 1 build externally, this entire rear section and the interior is original, and making the rear door open was my biggest challenge, especially to get it as flat as this. It was a bit of trial and error to get it right. I feel the front needed to be a bit more flat looking, so I've used more tiles here, and I've changed the front a little bit too. I've also used a lot of the curved single stud tile pieces which didn't exist when the original Ideas Ghostbusters set was produced, and they are a really handy part for adding more smooth detail. I knew it was going to be a big vehicle, so I wanted to build the car first, so that I could design the garage around it in the funeral home. So I've created a tunnel for it in the building MOC. I'll put a link to that video here, so check it out and you can see the two together. It's really cool. So yeah, it's not meant to be a replica of that black Ghostbusters car when it was all beat up. It is meant to be a new car based in the 60s, but I suppose a few grey tiles here and there and a siren on top, and it practically is the same design externally, and I can convert it to that. I think this is easily one of the best LEGO idea sets ever, based on an iconic franchise. It had all 4 minifigures and it was a really good price at the time. I think I got this set for £25, which was great. And it's turned out really useful having the instructions still for a large scale, relatively accurate Cadillac, which is kind of a cool thing to base various vehicles off of. So check out the upcoming video on the Mobsters funeral home. It's a really detailed MOC, and this hearse fits into it perfectly. I hope you enjoyed the video, and what do you make of the hearse? Is it a weird thing to see in LEGO, and are you a fan of 50s and 60s cars like me too, especially those luxurious Cadillacs? And have you made something similar? Let me know in the comments. If you think it's cool, leave me a like and subscribe for more videos on simple MOCs, money saving tips and my micro scale Gotham City MOC. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And whilst you're here, why not check out some of my other videos too? And I'll catch you next time. Bye!